Welcome to Gamers Portal's bi-weekly wrap-up. I'm Joe.
This is Matt.
We're gonna go through some things that's happening, at store, our picks, some things, secret layers, the 30th anniversary proxy cards, our thoughts, and what we plan on doing with the box that they're gonna give to the store. So let's start it out with our picks from or for this month. We picked in at the beginning of the month. So we'll start with Matt. Um, Pull up his real quick.
All right, so I went with artifact theme in light of Brothers War coming out soon. So that's where the patchworks are coming from. They're seeing a decent amount of standard play, mostly in that annoying Rakdos deck that's going around. I went with Impulse because that's not really artifact related, but it's seeing a decent amount of play, and also annoying arena deck, the mono blue.
Well, any way to filter through four cards too is always good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Yeah, it's like that. Consider there's a few options now, but that's really the only one I think that goes four deep. Yeah, Stormkiln. I've believed in that card for a while. It's kind of artifact related, but it's more Spellslinger, and I don't know. I'm waiting on that card to go up. It's been 375 for a while now.
I think too with the metalwork whenever you cast it or copy an instant sorcery spell. I see that one deck, the red deck, the red blue deck, gaining some ground with some spell sling attributes to it. This one is out of standard now, but there might be a pioneer spot for it. There might be.
It's definitely commander playable.
Yeah.
Pioneer. Yeah, we'll have to see. And then Irenicus's Vile Duplication. I didn't even know this card existed. I guess it's in the Leviathans and Sea Monster Horror Tribal Mill Precon that came out with Baldur's Gate. It did all those things and made everybody upset and kind of sweat a little bit. That's probably why I never saw it, because I didn't buy that precon.
Yeah, I never saw it till you showed me the one that you picked. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was a little jealous, but because that was a solid pick.
Yeah, I've unfortunately slept on my own pick, though, because at one point this was like a $2 or $3 uncommon, and now I'm looking at paying $5 or $6 a copy, so that's a sad day.
Yeah. The limit still may go higher. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, how much I don't think we can get any more of the commander decks from Baldur's Gate. I mean, you can get set boosters, you can get draft boosters, you can get all that stuff, but I don't remember seeing any commander.
I don't think we saw this out of a pack. Yeah, I don't think we saw this out of any packs that we opened.
Yeah,
I didn't see it on any.
Yeah, it might be in the set, but you're talking random chance to get those,
yeah.
as where it's not guaranteed as in the pre-con, which I'm pretty sure we can't get those anymore. You can probably get them online or something like that through a secondary market, but I'm pretty sure I can't get them from my distributor anymore.
This is really sad. You're making me want to FOMO out on my own pick. Like, how sad is that? Like, I'm feeling the FOMO. It's a great card. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, pick 'em up.
Yeah. Yeah, Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge, the War of the Spark, buy a box, promo card for that set. It's kind of weird because they already had 3 Mythic Planeswalkers. This actually makes 4 for that set.
And I think this one's solid too because the only place you got it was if you bought a box. Stores have limited supply. I think 9 something is 950. I think is what you started at the pick at.
Yeah.
$10 Planeswalker. That's as limited as is. I think it's probably pretty solid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's that passive ability where creatures and planeswalker spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. I think that alone will probably see play with some of the upcoming commanders. I know people are freaking out about Mishra and stuff.
Yeah. Especially like the next one being like we believe and we've seen that's going to be pretty artifact heavy. Anything that has synergy with artifacts is going to be something that they're going to gravitate to. So.
Is the new Mishra, this is probably like a horrible time to ask, but is the new Mishra, does it even have blue-black in his casting cost? I think he actually might not.
He's 3 colors, isn't he?
Yeah, but is it red, black, green?
I don't think it's green. I think it was blue? I'd have to look it up, and I don't.
Spoilers for Brothers War. Well, anyway, there's going to be a lot of artifact cards, whether or not Mishra's a card that would want to run Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. I guess I'm not educated enough to know that, but I do know it's a good Planeswalker card, and ever since I bought a box of War of the Spark, like, probably freaking, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was. I've wanted to use it. I haven't found a spot for it yet. If I ever get a Layla built, that's where it's gonna go.
All right, go on to mine. Um, I did not follow my last um, month's the artifact theory.
That was your advice,
Yeah.
and it was good.
I kind of went out on another limb. Was looking at stuff like I told you. I was looking at some stuff from Modern Horizons 2. I went with Goblin Bombardment as my rare pick, rare mythic pick. Uh, it's a sack outlet that it's hard to find sometimes. And this one does damage, so you can distribute it amongst any targets that you want. It's not like it's only to a player, just to any target. Um, Sack outlets are sometimes desirable in Commander. This one, has dropped considerably. It's down to under $2. I think it should be more close to 3, 4, maybe $5 a card. This is kind of a long pick for me, but I think in the long run it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's any of those walking ballista effects. Like, it's hard to stop an effect like this. Instant speed, just add it to the stack, sack your whole board.
Yeah, so board
Ping, ping,
wipe.
ping, ping, ping.
I'll deliver some damage if you're going to board wipe or something.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, how dare you board wipe?
well, one of my other picks is Delver Secrets. It was under 50 cents. I think it's a dollar 50 card easy for an uncommon. Um, there's nothing more scary, especially in standard, to see Delver drop turn one, turn two, flip to a 3/2. If you don't have a removal in your hand, you're hoping for you're gonna pull, a red do 2 damage spell or something like that to get rid of it, or you're gonna die in a couple turns.
Oh yeah, if you're playing that new mono blue deck, or maybe it's not that new, but after Dominaria United, if you're playing against that deck, they're not going to tap out once that thing flips over. All the blues are going to be left untapped, and they're going to be eaten to death with the 3/2.
Yep, yep.
And you're going to sit there and try to remove it, and it's just going to get countered.
Yep, spell pierce it, or
Yeah, there's like 12 copies of every counter spell in there.
Yeah. Another pick I did was Slip Through Space. That's just another cantrip to make something unblockable. It's colorless. It costs blue to cast, 1 blue, draw a card. I think my theme was kind of spell slinger mentality. I guess I can't think of the card name, but it's from um, it's from Dominaria, the blue red 1/3 creature that whenever you cast a instant or sorcery, creatures you control get +1/+0 and trample.
It's that bird one, right?
Yeah, it's a bird.
It's a legendary, yeah.
Yep.
Redrop.
Um, that with a bunch of cantrips and stuff like that, where you're just drawing into more 1 or 2 casting cost spells, pumping up all your creatures, making them bigger, getting them all trample. I played this a couple times in Arena, and not this card, but that bird, the blue red blue bird, and you're dropping. Uh, your creatures are 4/5 or 4/3s and 4/2s and 4/1s and all that with trample. They just overrun them real quick. Last pick I had was another rare. It was Thousand Year Storm, but it was um, the etched foil version that I picked up. I just think the artwork is cool. It's a fun card to play in Commander. Doubling more spells. Like I said, I was kind of going the spell slinger mentality a little bit this month. So, Thousand Year Storm. I think it was almost a $12 card before this last reprint. We'll get back up to $12 again. Probably not, but I think $6, $7 is probably reasonable on that.
That was originally Guilds of Ravnica, I think.
Yep.
It was pretty cool when it first came out. It's still solid. The card you were talking about is Balmor Battle Mage Captain. It's actually 2 mana. It's not 3 mana. It's a blue and a red for a 1/3 flyer bird wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain trample until the end of the turn.
Yeah. Yeah, so you drop a bunch of cantrips with a bunch of little flyers, get your Delver flipped over, and you got that bird out, and drop in some extra, whether it's damage spells to clear the way or bounce spells to clear the way, and you're swinging for, a lot of times lethal damage. So,
Time to build that bird tribal deck.
bird.
Is it flyers?
Um, All right. Anything else to add on that, Matt? I think
I think that sums up my picks.
I think I'm going to lose this month, but the month is still got a couple weeks left. I might be able to sneak ahead of you.
Well, I gotta make up for last month's loss anyway, so
Yeah.
I do like your Thousand Year Storm pick.
All right, so let's talk about the bannings that just come down the other day, 2 days ago, I think it was. Meat Hook and Yo Ryan are both banned. The one in standard, and the other one is in, was it modern? Was it?
Modern, yep.
Modern.
Yep.
Um, so how will that affect the game? Time will tell. Um, like for Meat Hook, you know, I know that Mono Black probably has other resources that they could use for the standard deck. Um, I know I play the Mono Black in standard, and Meat is part of the deck. And just so you know, it's been banned, but I'm still playing it for some reason on Arena. I don't know if I'm special or, but they haven't banned me. So I'm still playing Meat 2-3 days after the banning, but that's cool. Um, your thoughts, Matt, on Meat and its banning?
Well, you and I were looking at the metagame stats, and Mono Black was somehow falling towards sort of the middle of the pile for other things, especially that Esper control was just crazy.
Mhm.
So I think this is just going to further push Mono Black out of the top meta. And I don't. It's weird to imagine that that was in the middle, but because every time I played standard, you see them turn one, they throw down a swamp, and then the one drop, or they hold the mana and they play cut down.
Yeah.
It just, yeah. I think Mono Black might not be as prevalent as it was before because there's like one other, there are other like options that can kind of sweep the board, but nothing, there aren't really any like quote unquote board wipes left in standard that are Mono Black. At least none that I've seen very playable.
No, there's some that they're forecasting, and I think it's -3, but you got to I think pick
Yeah,
a
it's like a
creature type
kicker or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. They don't.
The only one I think that is probably and is only getting rid of one is the Invoke. It's going to deal damage if they don't have the enchantment or the um, creature or whatever to sacrifice. But I don't see. But like you said, I think that deck has kind of been working its way out. I, I see mono red is pretty solid again.
Yeah, Mono Red. I got by that deck even when I was playing Mono Black.
I've died on turn 3 to mono red. It's just
Oh, it's ridiculous.
and even I'm not. It's not because I didn't do anything. I think I killed one creature and I was still dead on turn 3 or maybe it was 4, but it was 3 or 4. He might have missed a land drop or didn't bother to put a land down because he could kill me without putting one down. I'm not sure. So, like you said, I think Hook for standard, and it's going to hurt the black deck. But like you said, I think the black deck was on its way, um, being used a lot less, and the reason why it gets used less is not because people get bored of it, it's they still like to win, it's because it's not winning as much as it did at one time.
Yeah, people were experimenting before this, and I think this is just going to solidify the fact that Mono Black is it's not gonna hang out around the top. We'll see what happens once Brothers War comes out, though.
Um,
I do have a question for you, real quick, but I do a small editor note. I don't know why I call it. I feel like I always call it the wrong thing. The one mana removal spell.
yeah.
Yeah, I called it cutaway earlier.
Oh, you did cut it. I didn't
It's
catch
cut
it.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, cut down 5 power or less, or total power and toughness or less.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, so
The question,
yeah.
how what price range do you think that EDH players might see Miho get to, like the lowest or just ballpark it or whatever?
Um, I think my price point I think is between 25 and 30. So it's going to lose about half its value. I think. My reasoning for that is, I think it's a little better than Toxic Deluge. Um, Toxic Deluge is potentially a little bit faster, but you don't have the benefit of meat hook where you get to gain some life back by killing their
Yeah,
creatures.
and ping, and it's auto included in the aristocrat builds, but
Yeah.
I hope it goes down that far. I wrote down 37 to 45, and
Well,
I feel like I'm being optimistic by thinking we might see high 30s. But if it goes to 25, that'd be amazing.
well, I think it will. I mean, it might rebound back because it is a mythic. Um, so it may rebound, but I think it will hit below 25 and maybe stabilize between 25 and 30. That's just my thoughts because you can see, I looked up Toxic Deluge, it's under 20. Is Meat Hook, $10 better than Toxic Deluge? No, I think maybe at the high end, maybe $10, but more likely in my mind is 5.
Yep. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Market price is still around $50 a copy.
So, anything else on that? On Meat Hook? Joe Ryan, I hope we're saying it right. We actually Googled before to see how you say it, and they said on one of the sites to say Yo Ryan. I always thought it was Urian, but Yo Ryan sounds cooler.
Yeah, you're right. No, it's just funny how modern with the companions, they constantly have to keep changing that. It feels like with Luris, and then nobody really got to play with the otter. He was just banned.
Oh, before you,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, even before you get play
yeah.
with him, he's banned.
Companion was a weird experiment for them, and honestly, maybe worked a little better than they wanted it to.
Um,
I think they put something weird for their reasoning for that though. They said it was weird for modern players to shuffle 80 cards or something because that's the requirement to run Yo Ryan as a.
that was it wasn't because it was. I don't think it was overpowered. It was.
No, apparently it's just too weird to shuffle 80 cards. So like, sorry EDH players,
We're shuffling 100 every
get
time.
used to it. Watsy's out here saying it's probably a skill issue.
That's funny. All right, let's go to Secret Lair 30th anniversary. So the 30th anniversary. Sorry, it took me a second to get there. They haven't released all the cards. It's kind of been secretive. I think it's being overshadowed by the other 30th anniversary thing that they've announced. Um, they had the first card which was amazing, I must say, was Shark Typhoon was the first one I think they spoiled. It's old flashback to the VHS. You know, please be kind, rewind. And my favorite card of all time, Necropotence. Um,
Yeah, look at that artwork.
yeah, very death metal, very.
I think they held that one back from the Party Hard Shred Harder drop. That's what that looks like. It looks
Yeah.
like it's from that.
So what do you know about this one, Secret Lair, Matt? You're the one that informed me of it because I didn't even catch it.
Well, I think they started talking about this the same day they dropped the news about the proxies, and that's probably why this seems like it's been really overshadowed by all the negativity around the proxies. This one's supposed to go for sale or pre-order rather November 1st, and this is like a limited one. It's kind of like the Dragons one that came out at the beginning of summer or whatever. This one, it's only going to be available for 72 hours or until they sell out, and they're probably I want to say they're going to sell out within the first like half of the day,
Yeah,
first day.
if not sooner.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been through some of these debacles where they try to have a limited sale run and stuff like that, and you crash and you burn and try to get back in, and then
oh
you
yeah,
do
the
get
site
back
crashes.
in,
Yep.
and they're all gone by the time you finally get into the queue to buy one. So hopefully they fix some of those problems. I can imagine they have. Um, but some of the previews they have for it, like we were talking before we started the video, Chrome Mox, Necropotence, I pretty much pay for the $150 price pack.
Yeah.
Right
This
there.
one, that's the retail. It's a little more than what they $50 was kind of like the top of what they were charging, and now we're looking at 150. But this is also supposed to have 30 cards in it. One card from every year of Magic's history.
Yeah, and I think it's supposed to be like supposedly open one pack. You said they were going to be individually sealed, right? So
Yeah,
you
individual
can
packs.
open one pack a day from December 1st till the end of the year, and
Yeah, it's WotC's Advent calendar, and I call it a gift to the players. But given that you have to shell out 149 bones for it, 149.99.
Yeah, then sit in a queue and hope you get into it. So, get your, thanks for buying our product. Here's something cool for you guys to try to get into and buy. And oh no, you can't get it. That's probably what it's going to be because somebody else has already bought
Yeah, yeah. Merry Christmas, guys.
it. Merry Christmas.
It is really cool. I'm hoping to get in on it, but
Yeah.
I also expect the website to be overloaded.
And flooded, and hopefully it isn't as bad as because I know I did one for because we got in and I got because we got kicked out. They charged us, and then they didn't give us our product, so they didn't have it. We got the sheet of War of the Spark.
It was a mythic edition, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty cool, but I'd rather had the box, but I still got that rolled up somewhere, but but I think this is so everyone. It's November 5th. No, just kidding. November 1st through the 4th.
Nice try. Nice try.
Yeah. So November 1st. I don't know if it's gonna be at midnight. Doesn't really specify. I imagine midnight. So
We're waiting for that timer to show up on the Secret Lair website. If it's 3 a.m., there's going to be an alarm in my phone.
yeah, I would. I definitely want to hang on this one. Not just because I think I'm gonna get my money worth value, but I think opening a pack a day, I think it's gonna be pretty fun. What am I gonna pull today? Hopefully they randomize them so it's not like artwork on the outside of the back of Necropole, so I know what I'm opening. I want to be surprised. I want it to be like a Christmas gift. Open it and say, "Oh, dang! I didn't know this one was in there." So I did see a couple of these. I'm probably not gonna look back and see what's in there, just so I can be surprised and try to get it on. Is my idea. Yours, Matt?
I'm hoping to get in on it as well. And then I'm just looking here. There's that additional part about how each card in the set has a 30% chance of being upgraded to a traditional foil. So I think what that works out to numbers wise is you end up with about 10 foils from the thing, more or less.
And I don't know if any of these have been. I'm sure most of these, if not all of them, had been in foil. Necropole has been in foil. They did it in the
Okay, yeah.
that they did that as a. I can't remember what it was, but I remember seeing it in a foil. I think I have one, but
That's going to push your value multiplier up though. If you pull one of the value cards and you manage to pull it in foil,
Oh,
maybe even
yeah.
for the non-value if you pull foil, because like I know Elspeth Sun's Champion isn't like the most expensive card ever, but Rebecca Gway artwork, if you haven't seen it, it's amazing.
Definitely worth picking up. All
Yeah,
right, now we'll
it's
go.
gonna.
Anything else yet on that? I think I'm pretty psyched about that one.
I'm psyched about it. What can they not make us want to buy? Oh wait, we were gonna talk about that.
Yeah. All right, so go from one good thing that potentially we'll get before. We'll probably get that before we get our flip deck. I don't know how about anybody else, but we were looking into the flip deck. We're coming up on 1 year anniversary since we purchased that to actually see. I know I purchased one. I'm pretty sure Matt purchased one.
Oh yeah, yep.
Do you expect to see it before the end of the year, Matt, or do you think I'm in my boat where they keep on? They say fall now, so we're in fall. We're almost into winter. Are they going to come in and say winter 2024? Or
I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it by the end of the year. I hope anyway. Like they've already deleted it twice. I think they deleted it from the original release date to the spring, and then I think in the spring they came out and said they were pushing it to now.
yeah, I can't imagine it. I mean, I was watching a video and they said they've done 17 commander decks and they've done I think 7 sets since they've sold this, and that doesn't include all the secret layers and all the other stuff that they've generated and pushed out, but they can't give us the flip deck. So, what is the issue? Most likely some logistics with the deck box that they said they're going to get, or the coin, or
I mean those double-sided cards with the different foiling, or not different foiling, but like you have different artwork on each side of the card, and I think those ones are also foil. Some of them.
yeah, but I can't imagine that would hold up production. They're printing double-sided stuff or single-sided stuff.
Pretty much every set. So yeah, that's a good point.
So, my best guess would be that it's the the flip coin is probably the biggest holdup as to what is holding up the production. Either the flip coin or the deck box. can't imagine it's the cards. They've printed so many other cards. And I know they have a logistics, 6 months out they probably know what they're going to print, or maybe even a year out. But they must have known that they were going to have to print this commander deck, the flip deck, at some point.
I wonder if they underestimated the hype for it. And EDH players, like, maybe they didn't expect as many people to buy into this as did. But I guess what would debunk that theory is you don't see people, we haven't seen people all along receiving theirs. It's not like we were the only people that got pushed back. Like, pretty much everybody did.
Right, nobody's got this.
Yeah.
And I don't buy into that, that the demand was higher, simply because there, I cannot imagine that more people bought this Secret Lair than the print run that they did for any of the commander sets that they did for the standard releases, or the master sets releases, the commander precons that they did. So I think it's just a logistics issue with whether getting everything together, whether the deck boxes that they wanted they couldn't get, or the coin, which I I had it on here, but I can't find it on my web pages. But it looked like a little plastic coin.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be plastic.
Yeah, and I mean, they did have the two commanders on either side. It looked like, I think that was the coin, unless somebody just made that for themselves to try to sell.
It's unusual that there's an image of the coin at all, though, because like you don't even get to really see what the foiling of your secret layer is going to look like.
Oh,
There's no like there's no demonstration to show you like, hey, this is what this special foiling is going to look like. Like with the etch foils for the secret layer, like I know I was wondering how they were going to come out. They ended up being fine, but it's kind of like you don't want to risk it because they're going to pringle so bad.
oh, well, and then I mean, this is a little sidetracked off for what we had laid out to talk about, but um, the Warhammer.
The surge foils
Yeah, well the is it the foils of the collector edition.
with the premium.
Yeah, the
Precons,
premium
yeah,
precon. They didn't. I seen somebody open one in the store, and they weren't pringled the normal way, where the short end was pringling. It was long end. I mean, they were bowed over. Um, I don't know long term. After you open them and put them in sleeves or whatever that you're going to do with them, that they're going to stay that way. But I've never seen them foil that way. I don't know if it looks like they did a different foiling process too on those. So.
it kind of does. Hopefully, he went home and put a heavy book on top of them, and yeah,
Things we do to flatten our cards.
yeah. If he's gonna double sleeve the deck anyway, like they should straighten out.
Yeah. It's kind of frustrating, but I mean but it is what it is. We've been dealing with this since I can, you know, Zendikar, they were full curling. Amaket was abysmal, the foiling on those.
I don't think anything was worse than Commander Legends, though.
Oh no, they were really bad.
They're faded.
Amaket was pretty close, if they weren't as bad.
Yeah.
But the print run from the Commander Legend was really, really bad. So
They seem to have sort of figured that out with Baldur's Gate. I think they probably Pringle, but they weren't anywhere near as bad as
no, I think
Legends one.
even like Dominaria, I think the spoils in Dominaria have been.
They've been pretty.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
any curling, really major curling, or maybe a little slight, but that's. I mean, even regular cards would do that, and humidity changes and stuff like that. So it looks like they're getting a little better quality on it, which is great.
Every time we say that, it goes right back.
Oh, I know. It's
It,
like
it
a
just seems to
cycle.
fluctuate, and I still won't buy foil secret layers unless I'm just buying the super drop or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I agree. I won't. I got burned a couple times on the foil. Well, not burned, but I just not happy with the quality that
Yeah.
came out of the foil secret layer. So I reverted back to just non-foil if I get them. And I did get the ash foils because they don't bring the.
Yeah, the extra ones have looked really good, but you don't know what they're gonna look like. You don't know if they're gonna look like Commander Legends One or
Yeah, like the
Dominaria United, or you just don't know.
Yeah. That's just quality control issues, or they're trying new stuff, and um, but I don't know about you. I like consistency.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe they should stick with the etched foil for the secret layers, but I know they like their traditional foils.
Anything else to add on secret layers?
Uh, would you still have bought the coin flip deck if you had known that they were going to charge you in like the spring or summer or whenever that was this year? and then they were gonna sit on your $100 for a season or two. They did send us those two Kamigawa collector packs as
Yeah.
consolation, which mine did not have the bonsai tree in it.
You don't need a quintet.
Yeah, I said they had to send me packs that had just the bonsai tree in it.
um, I I probably, I mean, I was back and forth on it anyway because I was like, will I play this deck? Probably not. Why am I buying it? Well, it's got some different artwork. I'm kind of interested in it. Um, and probably a little bit of, fear of missing out, a little bit of it. It's like, well, they've never done one of these before. Are they going to do one again? Um, the worst case scenario, it sits on my shelf and people ask me about it and say, oh, yeah, that's a flip deck.
I waited two
We don't
years to
open
get
them.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I paid $100, and it took them a year and a half to get it to me. So maybe I feel a little more special. I got a $100 deck that took a year and a half for them to make it special for me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Plastic coin inside.
Yeah. But no, I'm looking forward to. I probably would have still got it just because of it's anything new and different. You know, I kind of want it sometimes. This is one of those ones. It's like, oh, it's a commander
Yeah,
deck.
it's unique. Yeah. Once they
Um,
start doing these like every other month, then it might be a little different.
yeah, then
But
I look at this. Oh, I put a mana vault in that, and maybe I'll play it.
yeah, yeah, yep.
or not mana vault. What is it? Not mana vault. The one where you flip coin in the beginning.
Mana crypt.
Mana
Right?
crypt.
Yeah,
Mana
yeah.
crypt.
Okay, so question for you: do you think that you'll receive your Heads I Win, Tails I Lose deck before the 30th anniversary if you were able to buy it, Secret Lair?
No, that's why I said I don't think I'm getting this till January, February at the earliest. It's gonna be my birthday present. January. I'll get it. Thanks, Wizards.
That's horrible.
I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I just don't see them. Um, they like you said, they had to double their profits. Now they got to double them again. Um, they already got our money. This isn't a priority. The priority is the next set. This
Mhm.
is sitting down. They'll get to it whenever they have a wall or wherever, where they commandeer another machine to print.
Yeah, think of how many individual drops they've come out with since the coin flip deck was a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably been like 4 super drops at least.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully it's in the mail. Hopefully I'll be out there tomorrow. I might have not seen a shipping tracking, so probably not. But
Well, usually they charge us, and then 2 months later they ship it. But since they charged us in the spring,
yeah.
we'll never know when they're gonna ship. It could be like tomorrow. It could
Well,
be.
I imagine they're gonna tack tracking onto it. I gotta imagine.
Yeah,
They
they'll
get that
send out the
email.
email. Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is your tracking number expected in 7 days or something.
Well, that'll be your like you said, it'll be birthday, New Year's, whatever. When you're done with your Advent calendar cards, you can.
Yeah, maybe I can open that and.
I waited 2 years for this.
That'll be worth it. That's all I'm saying. All right. 30th anniversary proxy card packs. I don't know if everyone knows. I'm sure you've heard about it. $1,000 4-pack box that Wizards is putting out of proxy cards, different back, not standard legal. Chance to pull Black Lotus or Moxes or anything from I think Beta. So each store is getting, I guess WPN is getting at least one box. Um, I think premium stores are getting 3 boxes, and then I think they're going to sell them direct from Wizard site. I think is the other option for $1,000. Or sorry, $999 plus tax shipping, and so $1,100. Thoughts on that, Matt? What are your thoughts on these expensive proxies?
It feels like a weird product. I guess it was aimed at somebody, not me, because between the price tag and the fact that your printer could print out a copy of this, I get it. It's not like it wouldn't be a collector's item that way, but they're not tournament legal, so it's not like you can show up at your LGS with your Black Lotus. It just
Yeah, and the ones that everyone's looking for, I think, are Black Lotus Moxes, and all those are not playable in
yeah, they're banned
Commander
anyway.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So it just knowing that most of their player base is EDH at this point, it does feel like a strange product. Probably aimed at those what they call whales,
Well, whales are people that are fear they're going to miss out on something.
and they buy everything. Yep.
Am I buying this? No. I have no intentions to buy any of this. If I want a proxy, I'm going to do my own artwork. I'm going to, give it out to one of these places on Fiverr or something like that to, make me some proxies. Which,
Yeah, you can get high quality proxies in pretty much any artwork ever.
yeah, for $5,
Yeah.
get a whole set of them.
Yeah.
Why would I want to pay $999 or $250 for a chance to pull one of these where I can commandeer one of these people to make me some special art that I give them or tell them what I'm looking for, and I can get everything I want for $5. Um, I can't imagine anyone is buying this. If anyone is buying this, let me know. I cannot imagine why anyone would want to buy
It
these.
just it feels like such a strange product. And then, but then you see the secret layer that's supposed to, I guess, sort of be like a counterpart type offering for the 30th anniversary. That's like that looks cool. The proxies, not so much.
Yeah, yeah. It's like two horribly different spectrums, Like the 30th anniversary that they're not. I mean, I have not seen anything on it. You go to the secret layer, you think they're 2 weeks out, they might have some information on it. Nothing. You gotta dig and try to find anything on it. Um, this proxy the headline, I don't know because people are talking about it because they're just outraged about it and you're seeing it everywhere. But this 30th anniversary, $250 a pack shenanigans that they're trying to pull is everywhere. You know, and that's no one's going to buy into it. I can't imagine anyone buying into it.
Yeah. Yep.
And so what because we are WPN, we will get a box of it. What am I going to do with that box? I don't want them. I'll probably do it. I was talking to Matt beforehand. I think what we'll probably do is do a tournament. You know, we expect to get 10 people to come. Probably give out their prizes, charge $50 or something like that, and top four get one of these packs if they're interested.
In that context, it would be kind of cool as a prize, like a novelty thing, but
Right.
not shelling out $250 for a pack and then pulling some sort of bulk rare that isn't really worth anything.
All right, you're not even guaranteed you're going to get anything. You might pull a channel or something like that, which is banned everywhere. So
Yeah, it's just a strange collector's item.
yeah, it's just not my. Like I said, if I was going to get proxies, I would, I'd want something specific and guaranteed what I get, not take a $250 roll to get, something I'm looking for. It's like they always say, buy singles, buy singles. Well, if I'm going to buy proxies, I'm going to buy the singles that I want or that I need for my proxies, for the cards that I have. That I don't, I might have one, you know, mana crypt. Maybe I want to run it in two different decks. Maybe I'll have a proxy for that, even though I have the original.
It's weird. Like Secret Lair gives them a way to offer pretty much whatever they want at any time in the year. It doesn't have to be tied to a set. Sometimes they do that, but it doesn't have to be tied to anything. They can just whenever they want. They can just pump singles into the market. So why didn't they just come out with some sort of limited Secret Lair drop like what they're doing this 30th anniversary one, but for the proxies, sell you the whole set, 150
Yeah, like
bucks, $200, whatever. Like,
and they did that originally. They did have a collector set that was, it was all the cards. You got a card of each one. They had the square corners and stuff like that, but
it's just weird. Like, let the people that want to buy into it buy into it. Maybe just instead of the chance, like here's the drop.
yeah,
Here's all the proxies. It's a whole set for, maybe it's some crazy thing and it's like $500 or something, but it has all the cards and it's a
right.
collector's item.
Or even done. I thought doing 36 packs, all proxies. It's a cube. But they're all sealed, all from the beta set. Have a draft of it.
Oh man, that'd be cool to see what that limited was like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but no, they went the greed monster way. Oh, we're going to charge $250 for these cards you can't use anywhere, but you can have them. Then you might get one you want, or you might get a bunch of garbage. Most
yeah,
likely, you're going to get a bunch of garbage because I guarantee you that ones you're looking for, which are Black Lotus, Moxes, and stuff like that, are probably one per case
yeah.
that they produce or whatever that is.
Yep,
It definitely ain't going to be one per box.
yep. So they want you to shell out $1,000 for a box of those for 4 packs, and they also want you to shell out $150 for that secret lair, which you may or may not be able to get in on.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm passing on this hard pass. One thing I'm gonna do with it is, you know, is we're gonna have a tournament at the store. If people are interested in it, they think, well, it'd be great to, maybe pull a box. If I do, I'm flipping it on, um, you know, TCG or something like that. For a couple $100 or something like that, well, great. I'm happy for you. But, I'm not gonna take that gamble of buying one for $1,000 to, you know. I think if we sit down and play, and that's one of the prizes on top of the other prizes I'm going to give, I think that's a great idea, and I think people, would have fun doing that.
Yeah, I think that's $50 for as a buy-in, and a chance at winning one as a prize sounds a lot better than paying $250 for a pack.
Right, and I anticipate you get 10 people at the most. 4 packs, you got a 40% chance to get one of the packs, and probably the other people that have prizes too. I'd have to look at the numbers and stuff like that, but. If anything about our stories, we want to play. Um, that's my main goals. I like to play. I want to have a place to play, and if I make a little bit of money on the side, that's great. But the main thing is to sit down and play. Um, so that's my mentality with these. I want to sit down and play, um, and then people have a chance to win these packs.
Yeah, that's
And without costing them a week's worth of pay or something silly for a pack, or for a box.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about LGS is I don't know how many people are running LGSs, like legitimate, local game stores, and they're doing it to make a buck and not to sit down and play Magic with friends. It really comes down to it being a hobby, and you want to spend time doing the thing that you care about.
All right. Anything else on that?
I think that's it. Magic isn't ending though. That's not the end.
No.
That's not the end of the world. It
No.
really isn't.
No. And my thoughts on that is they're pushing a lot of product. We know that. We can feel it. Our pockets both feels it. Playing, like every time you sit down and play, somebody pulls new cards. I've never seen that card. Well, why? Because it was printed in the last 3 months, or another 3 other sets.
Irenicus's Vile Duplication. Had no idea that existed.
Right. It's been out for almost 3 months.
Yeah. There's probably stuff from Midnight Hunt I haven't seen. I bought a decent amount of that product.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to change something. Whether it's they've already increased the price. So they're either gonna, the next thing they're trying is serialize to drive up more prices. Am I gonna buy into that? No. I still believe in the reserve list. I think they should expand the reserve list, not make a new gimmick of a reserve list. I think, you know, collectible aspect of it, you need something to ensure value for people. That's the reserve list. I know I'll get a lot of flack probably for saying that, I believe in the reserve list. Everyone should be able. It's a game. You should be able to play. It's a collectible card game. We collect it. We want to maintain some of the value in it that we collect, and we like to play it. It's one of those two-sided swords.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's where I stand on it. That's all I got for that. The only thing we've got left that I know of is last month's winner gets to open a pack for the little um, magic card picks that we do.
Yeah, I do want to say real quick, and it might be something we talk about in a couple weeks, but I don't fully understand the Transformers thing. Like, I guess those are going to be in Brothers War packs?
Something like I think you get one in the fat pack. There's supposed to be one in the fat
Like,
pack.
that's the promo?
Yeah, like they always have one promo in there. I think the Transformer card's going to be in the fat packs or the bundles now, I guess.
Yep.
And then I don't know, but I think they're going to be in one in every collector pack.
Okay.
Is what I think they said.
It's weird that they're not, like, it's not a secret lair, and that's probably coming down the line here for December or something, but it's weird that you can't just straight up buy these in anything. Like, the symbol, it doesn't have the secret lair symbol on, so I know it's not, it's part of the set. But I saw eventually we're going to have Assassin's Creed as a crossover.
Yeah, I did see that too.
And when I was looking at that Hasbro, like their financial plans for 2023, they said Final Fantasy, which is interesting because Final Fantasy already has a card game.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if it's still active. Is it still active? I don't think it is.
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I don't. I know they did try one, but I don't know if it actually maintained traction and it was one of the dead ones or.
It's definitely not Magic. I'm excited about the Final Fantasy thing, and I guess the Assassin's Creed, but I think Final Fantasy would translate well. And just come on, please, something not just Final Fantasy VII. We don't need Cloud on every card.
Cloud on every card with his
No,
big
let's see
sword.
some like 4, some 3, something from 6. You know,
And there's some of the newer ones I've never played.
yeah, let's go back. Let's play the ones that were like remade on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
We need
You know it's not going to be. It's going to be the one,
it's gonna be Cloud.
or not Cloud, but the one where the outfits you wear or something that mattered or something like that. Like
13.
I think it was 13.
One of the 13, I think that was the third one, yeah, where instead of the paradigm shift, because there were 3 of those games, yeah. I think you're talking about 13, Lightning Returns.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't get too
15.
much into it.
15 was alright, but it was like the boy band road trip. It was an alright game, but I would rather see the older games represented. I think we'll probably just see Cloud.
Yeah. I agree. That'll probably be Cloud. Cloud and
The Buster
one without a
Sword,
sword,
and
one with a sword.
yep.
It'll be Chocobos or whatever.
Oh, we gotta have one of those. We gotta have one of those.
Uh,
Yeah, wait till you see the full art Final Fantasy basic layers.
it'll be nothing but Chocobos running through the place.
That's probably what it's gonna be too. We'll do a whole secret layer just for that.
All right.
The licensing thing, they're gonna make a lot of money on that,
Oh
and
yeah.
they're gonna continue to push it. The 40K thing, the Walking Dead, it's just the beginning of what they're gonna put in the game.
And I have no problem with the crossovers and stuff like that. And some people, are pretty adamant that they don't. This is magic. This is magic. It should be. You know, I want more people to play. I want to have. If it brings more people in, if Walking Dead brought in some people, which it did. Brought in some people into the store that had never heard of magic, and were into Walking Dead, and lo and behold, they come in. Or Magic makes some kind of card now. I'd like to get it. It's secret layers, but I did buy some because
Yeah. No, it is a good thing. As long as it doesn't affect the way that the game is played and, drastically change that, it's still the same game. It's just now there are machine guns and
Yeah.
assassins and sooner or later a guy with the oversized sword.
Right, and it's just different art. Most of the time it's the same effects, like you said. As long as it's still magic, it still plays the same. It's not adding new mechanics that are not associated, that could not be associated with magic. It's just the artwork is different. People paint over their cards or draw on their cards or get the
Yeah, the
sleeves that
altars,
have altars on
yeah.
them. And no one bats an eye at that. So why would, just because they're playing, an alternate card that does the same thing as another magic card, why is there any problem with that? I have no problem with that. If you want to play with My Little Pony
Oh,
artwork
that's
on your
fine. Yeah,
cards,
yeah. If you don't like it, you can just aggro them out. Aggro out. Like the guy with the premium 40K deck. If you don't like those shiny machine guns, like just aggro them out of the game. I didn't tell you to do that, but
All right. Anything else, Matt? I think
nope. I think we covered everything.
I think I'm ready to open my pack.
Yeah, congrats on the win, by the way.
Yeah, I'll probably be returning the favor next week or next month.
Yep, I have to make up for my losses.
So what I'm going to do on this, I'm going to open the pack online, and then comment DU in the comments, and I'll give the rares to randomly pick somebody from whoever commented DU on the chat, and win the rare out of this pack. Why not? So, all right, switch over to cracking this pack I got sitting here. And get this video going. We'll try it. These are not the good ones, right? It's like I'm a rookie. Come on, Shielders. Sir, that's solid. That's it. Joda, the Unifier. Foil. So, comment, DU. Somebody will be getting Joda foil and Zur the Enchanter. All right, thanks guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yep, have a good one.